Unlike 5 years ago, Bitcoin is now extremely popular on the internet, and with its recent meteoric rise, everyone wants a piece of the action. Today, the value of one Bitcoin is close to $64,004. So, it's no surprise that people want to get on the internet and learn about cryptocurrency and how to get some of it. At a rapid pace, these mines are structures outfitted with massive processors where users solve complex math problems and are rewarded with digital currency. These hardware centers, or farms as some refer to them, are solely for Bitcoin. Mining still sounds difficult. Don't be concerned. Fortunately for you, Collab is in full swing. Hello, welcome back to Inside Companies. Make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon before we dive into the world of cryptocurrency. As a result, you never miss a video. Bitcoin is the most valuable cryptocurrency and it was the first digital currency that could be mined. The mining process is similar to the Bitcoin network's backbone, and Bitcoin miners continuously process coins. But before we get into the technicalities, what exactly is Bitcoin? Simply put, Bitcoin is internet money. It's a network that allows for a new payment system and digital currency. Furthermore, it is the first decentralized peer to peer payment network that is entirely powered by its users with no authority or middlemen. Now that we've established that, let's take a look at how you can obtain some of your own. By solving a computer By solving a computational puzzle, you can generate new bitcoins. High-powered computers solve complex computational math problems to mine bitcoins. These problems are so complex that they cannot be solved by hand, and they are difficult enough to mine successfully even with the power by solving a By solving a computational puzzle, you can generate new bitcoins. High-powered computers solve complex computational math problems to mine bitcoins. These problems are so complex that they cannot be solved by hand, and they are difficult enough to mine successfully even with the most powerful computers. A high hash rate is required. What is a hash rate? It is the unit of measurement for processing power. So if I say the mining network has a hash rate of 10. So if I say the mining network has a hash rate of 10 hash rates per second, that means it can perform 10 trillion calculations per second. It is simply the rate at which the device operates and produces results. Of course, time is of essence. It's almost like a game. You attempt to solve an equation and reap a benefits It's almost like a game. You attempt to solve an equation to reap the benefits and before It's like a game. You attempt to solve an equation and reap the benefits before anyone else. The more solutions to the equation given in a given time period, the easier it will be to solve that block before we move on. There are two things we need to clarify before we move on: blocks and hashing. Hashing is simply taking an input string of any length and producing an output string of a fixed length. Blocks are where all the data is recorded and stored. Similar to how your bank statement is recorded and stored, it keeps track of all your transactions. When a block is finished, it enables the next block in the blockchain. Bitcoin and Bitcoin and Bitcoin and indeed all cryptocurrencies rely on the use of blockchain, which is hashed or encoded into a number with a letter sequence. It is decoded and then stored as mining, which includes using computers to run algorithms. It is decoded and then stored as mining, which includes using computers to run algorithms. To process the new blocks in cryptocurrency in It is decoded and then stored as mining, which includes using computers to run algorithms. To process new blockchain, it is decoded and then stored as mining, which includes using computers to run algorithms. To process new blocks in cryptocurrency mining, a target hash would be a numeric value less than or equal to the previous block for a new block to be awarded to the miner. To ensure that all the blocks are processed, that target hash works to determine the difficulty of the input and adjust it. Bitmain owns one of the world's largest Bitcoin mines. Jihan Wu and Mike Reshan founded it in 2013. Prior to launching their uber successful company, was a finalist. Jihan Wu and Mike Rishan founded it in 2013. Prior to launching their uber successful company, was a financial analyst and private equity fund manager. Jan on the other hand, was running a startup that allowed users to stream to a computer via set-top box. Bitmain, a Chinese firm headquartered in Beijing, is arguably the largest and most important company in the Bitcoin industry. By 2018, it had surpassed Intel as the leading designer of application-specific integrated circuit chips for Bitcoin mining. The company also runs the massive mining pools BTC.com and Ample Pool. Bitmain made a profit of $742.7 million in the first half of Bitmain made a profit of $742.7 million in the first half of 2018. With 11 farms in operation in China, Jihan Wu claims that his company manufactured 70% of the Bitcoin mining rigs in use today. According to a study conducted last winter by the University of Cambridge in England, the majority of those machines are likely to be plugged into outlets somewhere in China. Bitmain sells Bitcoin mining rigs and specialized computers that keep the cryptocurrency running and produce or mine new Bitcoins for their owners. It also stocks facilities that it owns or co-owns and operates with its own rigs. It is possible that only about 20% of this known. At the headquarters, they have 9 warehouses with bright blue roofs, each emblazoned with a Bitmain logo. Inside each Bitmain warehouse, it's dark, loud, and weedy. Each warehouse is encased in netting to keep pollen and dust out. Windows on one side of the warehouse have been removed and replaced with desert fan and funnels of twisted metal that are dosed with water from a pipe running along the top as air enters the warehouse via these desert feds. Water evaporates and cools the interior on the hot side of the warehouse, while industrial fans blow air back out in the guard yard. On this side, temperatures exceed 104 degrees Fahrenheit. The layout of the mining racks is being redesigned to keep a cool and a hot side. The machines are arranged on a single rack that runs the length of the warehouse. The fans are set up to blow hot air out behind the machines and into the warehouse's hot side. And a barrier is erected to prevent the air from circulating back, as heat is undoubtedly an issue for the mining farm in the overdose. They have electricity with government subsidies that is only for they have electricity with government subsidies that is only 4 cents per kilowatt hour. That is roughly 1/5 of the average price in the United Kingdom. The only additional expenses for the facility are the rigs themselves, plus the wages of the few dozen employees who keep them running. Mine is maintained by engineers who keep track of all the devices and equipment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They also have specialized software and video surveillance systems to keep everything on track, prevent fires, and overwork the cuts in the upcoming mining farm in Rockdale, Texas, which will span 33,000 acres. The project is expected to cost $150 million, and construction on the first 180,000 square foot building has already begun. The mine, which began construction in 2018 for the 25 megawatt farm will have a capacity of 50 megawatts. It is expected to grow to 300 megawatts in the future, consuming the farm in Beijing and becoming the world's largest Bitcoin mining farm. Maine also purchased a mining facility in Inner Mongolia a few years ago, and it is now one of the network's most powerful money factories. It literally converts electricity into money, like 10-ton paperweights. The hardware on the ground, it literally converts electricity into money, like 10-ton paperweights. The hardware on the grounds contain approximately 21,000 computers, which account for approximately 4% of all computing power in the Bitcoin network. These machines pounce on the globally distributed ledger of Bitcoin transactions, preventing its page from ever turning backward. It is here that the supply of existing Bitcoin is secured, and this is where the banquet of new Bitcoin is served by Maine gained and a competitive advantage by supplying a superior product in large quantities of it that has eluded every other company in the industry. The facility is almost entirely filled with Bitmain's best performing rig, the Miner S9. This is the most powerful Bitcoin miner on the market. When compared to the other miners, it is the 3 most powerful and extremely efficient. In a year, it could mine 336 Bitcoins. In a year, it could mine 336 Bitcoins, and because it uses nearly as much power as a microwave oven, expanding should be no problem. After all, the value of Bitmain is estimated to be $12 billion, and consider their funding was only $764. This is quite impressive. They made over $300 million the previous year and announced internally that the company had regained some market share by opening four new mining facilities, and that two of those facilities had upgraded their Bitcoin mining speeds. The pandemic has also reportedly harmed China's mining industry, prompting the company to investigate alternative methods of operation. The pandemic has also reportedly harmed China's mining industry, prompting the company to investigate alternative methods of operation. So, do you plan to start mining? Let us know in the comment section below. And we hope you found this guide useful, that you will take advantage of the world's largest Bitcoin mine. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to Inside Company's channel. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you again. But before you go, I have to point out this, that we have Bitcoin in Ireland. When Why has a Chile island in the North Atlantic become a critical frontier in the alt high stakes world of cryptocurrency mining? But just for pointers, I'd love to discuss furthermore on Bitcoin in Ireland. Just for 2 minutes. Why has a Chile island on the north? Why has a Chile island in the north Why has a Chile island in the North Atlantic become a critical frontier in the out high stakes world cryptocurrency mining? An unremarkable looking cluster of sheds on the western cluster of the Nordic nation may hold the answer. So come join us today as we follow the money and take a look inside Ireland, inside Bitcoin Supermine. The first proper real world Bitcoin transaction occurred about a decade ago, when one Lowe's hacks famously paid 10,000 Bitcoins for two hot and juicy Pepper John's pizza. Those 10,000 coins were only worth about $40 at the time. As delicious as the pizza were, if he'd only kept those bitcoins, they'd be worth more than $218 million, thanks to the shoddy, mysterious figure or group of known as Satoshi Nakamoto. Make sure to subscribe and catch that story of Bitcoin in Ireland. Thank you.